yesterday, I said, look, Russia is an issue. All these people who keep thinking Russia is not an issue, okay? They don't understand. Netflix lost X amount of accounts. I don't know what it was, 700,000. So if they're going to make 2 million, they said they're going to make 2 million. They need to make 2.7 million. So that was an issue. There's no way they were going to do that. There's no way they were going to do that. You're raising prices, you automatically lose people, okay? You start kicking people off of password sharing, you don't get a second account. A lot of those people don't, they just cancel, they get pissed off. The world is really strange here, okay? So let me tell you something that's very, very strange. Hold on, let me find Omid. Hold on. It aggravates me because this Netflix is going to go open at $50 from $5. Should have just added more. Got to quit playing around my IRA. Just buy the regular one. Okay. Hold on. There's Omid coming. Okay. Okay, he's coming now. Okay. So here's the thing, very, very interesting. So the Russia thing, it's going to impact everybody from every phase, okay? Everybody that does business in Russia has an issue, okay? Can you overcome that issue? Probably not for this quarter, okay? So here's a quiz. Let's give you a quiz, and let's see. Everybody can type this in at the same time. There's another company that has a monster issue in Russia, and people are buying it. Garbage people are telling people to buy it. Okay? Who is that? Who is that? Facebook. Look at everybody's got it. Look, Facebook is going to lose, I don't know how many million people, 50 million, 80 million, 100 million. Facebook never gets 300 million new users a quarter. They don't do that anymore. So if you lose 100 million users, your user numbers are less. Okay? Then you lose ads. If you lose, and say they don't lose a lot. Let's say they lose $50 million worth of business in Russia. So if they're supposed to make money, you have to make that 50 million just to get back to even. How do you do that? How do you do that? Right? Okay, then you got, now if they've solved the iOS problem, then Facebook will be okay. If they haven't solved the iOS problem, Facebook is at 150, probably 132. 132. It's at 220. It's a Netflix copycat. Okay? So then we see and then we see. Now maybe Facebook goes way up. I don't know. Tesla's flying. Okay? Things that I said in the room yesterday, and I posted on public Twitter. I put my comments up. I said, I look at Netflix from every single angle, and I didn't see how they could be good. I don't see any possibility that Netflix could have been good. Okay, let's add the next statement. If you look at Facebook from every angle, I don't see any way that they can be positive. There's only one thing they can do, Facebook can do, that make their stock go up to 300, and it can go to 300. They can do one thing that can rip their stock 80 points. Come on, who knows what it is? Guys, you're smart enough. I've taught you this stuff. There you go, Miguel got it. WhatsApp. They can say, we are charging for WhatsApp. You have 1 billion people, why not charge them $5? Too bad. If you don't want to pay $5, go away. Same thing I view about Twitter. Okay, very simple. Okay? So this is the same thing. But Netflix, if you looked at the angles, you said, okay, they got a Russia problem, 700,000. Okay? They have a password problem. They want to crack down on passwords. Why do you crack down on passwords? If you have a business and your business has 100 people and you're growing at 50%, so you're getting another 50 people, you only had 100, so you're getting 50 people the next quarter. And even if somebody else is using your stuff, are you going to go cause a problem? No, you're not going to cause a problem. Okay, so that was a Netflix negative. Okay? Then it's going into summer. Everybody is booking travel, right? Travel stocks are going up. Airlines are full. That means nobody wants to watch Netflix. I'm telling you, every single angle was a negative. And it worked exactly like that. Now, this is what I always say. When it works like that, that means the market is better. That means when the market does what the market thinks, then things are better. So now Facebook. I think the Facebook is the same thing. I don't believe they fixed the iOS thing. They're going to guide lower. And there's a big problem. Facebook ads, let me tell you, I keep getting ads still for hotels in Europe and all this stuff. I haven't searched for that in forever. Interesting, right? So either they're listening to me somewhere, or I don't know, and feeding me those ads. They're meaningless. Okay? Let's go to Twitter troll ads. Twitter troll ads. Okay? Very interesting. So let's say you have trolls. So let's say Sam has trolls, and then you got one guy that has 20 accounts. Okay? I'm just making up stuff. Okay? This doesn't happen as much on Facebook. Easier on Twitter. So he has 20 troll accounts that troll Sam. So let's say Sam was going to go do an ad on Twitter. Okay? So they're going to say, oh, these guys, Twitter's algorithm is going to say, oh, all these guys text back and forth, or they tweet Sam. So they're going to feed them the ad. You're going to feed 20 of the same ads to all the trolls. It's worthless advertising. It's worthless advertising, guys. This is all happening. Okay, so know this. Okay, so now Facebook is doing the kind of the same stuff. Facebook ads don't work at all. I'm telling you, I've seen those. I know those. They don't work. They may work for your business, but in general, they don't work at all right now. So very, very interesting. So Facebook collapses. Okay, now people asking me last night, they say, I said right away, I said, why the hell is SPX down? Why are all the techs down? Who gives a shit about Netflix? Netflix is his own business. It's a streaming business. And he made a monster problem. Everybody was coming after Netflix, and he didn't want to do an ad-supported version. Go to Hulu. Go look at Hulu. Now, everybody and their mother will go to the ad-supported version, pay $5 less, and 5 minutes after the first ads come on, they go move back to the regular one and say, hey, for $5, I'm not watching an ad. Who the hell would watch an ad? Doesn't make any sense to me. You got that type of time? I don't have that type of time. Okay? Very, very interesting. Okay? So, but some people want to do that. So that's why the Netflix thing doesn't matter. The market doesn't care about Netflix. It's its own streaming vision. Let them do whatever the hell they want to do. It's going to go to 196. It's going to go to 196 very, very fast. But now, somewhere in here today, Ackman's going to buy, and then they're going to buy. So let me tell you. So let's say you have a version of Netflix, and you're paying $16, and you want a customer at $6 for ad-supported. Do they make enough money with the ads? I don't know. I don't know the Hulu financials. But I told you Disney was a piece of garbage, that they're selling this stuff for nothing. SPX is ripping now. We should rip. We should explode higher. Explode higher. Why? ASML is up. ASML, good news. Not great quarter, but a good guide. That takes Lam Research should hit 500 at the open. And if ASML ends up 60 or 70 and it holds, that takes Lam Research to 532 and all the chips move. Okay? All the chips move. Then we see. Okay? Oh, let me get to, oh my God. Jesus. I'm just on this rant. Okay. Make presenter. Okay. Let's go to Snow. Snow hit 202 and dropped. But watch Snow today. Okay? Watch Snow. IBM cloud numbers are very good. They're very good. If Snow can get through 202 and Tesla has good numbers, Snow can probably go to 216. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay? Roku lower. Roku is going to go to shit. It's garbage company. Garbage company. 20-year-old company can't make money. How does a 20-year-old company not make money? Well, I know how. They just don't know what the hell they're doing. When the CEO doesn't know what your company does, you don't make money. Okay? Interesting. This Netflix is now going to be 48. I'm going to have a heart attack here. Oh, well. Mr. Omid, what's going on? So aggravated. But the beauty is, so many people held it. I got a message last night from a lady in our room, pay for all my kids' private schools. Very cool. Isn't that very cool? Very, very cool. Mr. Omid, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I mean the Netflix thing, you know, the 300s seemed away, and you know, like I was pointing out in the room, I said, boy, like I think like for a repeat of last quarter, you know, really earnings needs to fall apart for them, and how often does that happen? So the great call on the subscription. I mean, those sub numbers were a really bad miss. I mean, you're talking like, you know, minus versus 2 million, and then the forecast is also lied by 1 million or something. So yeah, you know, so I don't know if that's all Russia, like you talked about, the 2.5 million subs or something that they lost maybe, but you know, so but you know,
it's not all Russia. Think about it. One, they raised prices, so naturally, if you raise prices, X amount of people leave, right? Maybe 1%, maybe 0.25%. I don't know what that number is. But if you, let's say you have a business and you have 100 people and you raise prices, you're pretty much going to lose 5 people, correct?
right.
Okay. Okay. So you lost people because of that. You got the world's coming into the summer and everybody wants to travel and everything else, right? Okay. So you lost some people there. Say you lost a couple there. Okay. So so now you lost those people. Okay. Then you got password sharing. You stopped that. So you lost a couple people there, right? So everything was against it, right? Everything was against it. There's no positives. There's no reason to go buy Netflix. I mean, it didn't make any sense. The Ackman and the CEO buying it made no sense to me. It was one of the dumbest things I ever seen. And it's the same thing. It's no different. Kramer is pumping it. Oh my God, it's down. Here's the thing. Why do you care how much it's down? Guys, this is the question I ask all the time. If something is at 100 and it goes to 400, people come on TV and say, it's up 400% this year. It's no good. Why does that matter? Or if something is at 100 and it's at $50 in the first 3 months, it's down 50%. Why do I care that it's down? It doesn't matter. It only matters where it is. The amount that it's up or the amount that it's down doesn't matter. People say Netflix is a buy because it's already down 20% this year. Why did that matter? It doesn't matter. Right, Omen? Explain to me why that matters. Because I hear that all the time. All the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's you know, some people feel like it's stretched one way or another in a short period of time, that the rubber man gets stretched away. But you know, I agree. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's investors fleeing or investors jumping in or whatever. You know, so you know, price is price, right? So, but anyway, I mean, this thing. But great call last night. You know, because tech was down. SPX down 20 or something, so a huge reversal overnight, right? Market, like I said, the second half of April is seasonally strong. Typically going into May, you're gonna have a lot of earnings, and this earnings so far in Q1 is tracking to be the same as last earnings period, where you had the haves and the haves not, you know. So right, so Netflix and some of these guys who are basically their business models like Facebook are in crosshair or continuing to struggle, and then you're gonna have probably the ones like who knows, maybe Apple, you know, maybe like cloud-based stuff, right, like Snow, you know, some semis and stuff that'll you know, continue to outperform. So so it's an individual stock. It's not just across the board, right? It's company specific stuff. So anyway, let's see what happens.
Let's do a quiz. We'll do a quiz. Put in your answer, then we'll go to Ralph. Quiz time. Why did Sam know the market would go up and it wouldn't go down today? It didn't matter. The Netflix earnings didn't matter. Why did Sam know this? And why did Sam keep saying Rippy yesterday? Why did Sam know? Come on. Type it in. No. You guys are thinking too. You guys don't think complex. Sam thinks very, very simple, very simple. Last time Netflix dropped, the market came right back. All the techs ripped right up. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Netflix is not a proxy for the market. It's a proxy for streaming. That's it. Okay? That's it.
It's never been.
Mr. Ralph, what's going on, buddy?
Good morning, Sensei Sam Omid. Sensei, the SPX godfather, bows his head to the sensei. At the end of the day, you know, and normally I'm the one that doesn't do Sam's trades because I only do my own SPX trades. So at the end of the day, I just felt it. You know, I said, you know what, I go in with Sam. So I bought the 300 call, the 300 put for $4, and the rest is history. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for this one. And Sam said yesterday something interesting, and the smart people that listened to it, and I didn't, made the correlation. And Sam said it, if Netflix go down, you have to buy in tandems. If Netflix go down, look at Roku. Roku most likely will go down, and look at it, it's already down 8 points. So this was a great example on tandem buying. I didn't listen to it. I'm not that smart, but I know a couple of people that actually did. That was a very, very smart move from them. So just quickly to yesterday, it was at the beginning a little bit of a difficult day to trade between my Davos box and the VMA, but it was perfect at the end of the day between 3 and 4 o'clock. And if you're familiar with the Davos box, you know, I did 4 trades at the end of the day, and I did 3 calls and 1 put, and everything was green. So that was a nice day yesterday. If you look around the world, you know, the Hang Seng is a little bit down, but not really meaningful. In Germany, the DAX is up 1.2%. In England, the FTSE is up 0.4%. The Nikkei is up. I think right now with the SPX, the last time I looked, we were up. I really don't know where we are right now. The only negative that I really could find is Shanghai is down 1.35%. That's weird. The bonds, the 10-year yields are neutral. You know, oil, natural gas is up 0.7%. Gold, silver, copper, platinum is down. Crypto is up. On the positive side, Shanghai COVID spread has to be contained, and it's actually boosting the hopes for restart of the business activity over there. There is one thing really interesting I read this morning. So there is 1.1 trillion worth of loans that are backed up by office buildings are outstanding, with 320 billion of those loans mature this year and next year. So right now it's maybe not the time to invest in office buildings. And that is, of course, a fact of everybody's working from home. You know, the companies, they found out about, well, it's less expensive when people work from home. But on the other side, there is loans that have to be paid back to banks, and it's 1.1 trillion, which is quite a lot of dough. But again, Sam, thank you for that awesome call out at Netflix, and even more for the people that really listened to tandem buying between Netflix and Roku. That was an awesome correlation. I didn't get it, but I know other people get it. So thank you very much. Have a good day, and it looks promising, looks green. So let's have some fun today.
One more thing. More thing. Did I pay for the Hawaii vacation? Did I pay for your vacation?
Actually, yes, it did.
Are you gonna upgrading to the penthouse at the top now? Very nice.
Yes. Wifey is happy.
Very nice. Okay. So that's what we got, guys. You know, here's the thing. I try to teach this over time. People are thinking they overthink stuff. Don't overthink stuff. Okay. Tesla, the numbers I think are going to be fine. Adam Jonas put out another note. It's going to be fine. If they don't give an update on their cars, here's the thing. People are expecting to make, what, 1.4 million cars, somewhere in there, or 1.5, whatever it is. If they don't guide down, and I don't think, why would you guide down? Doesn't make any sense, right? Then Tesla can really run, okay? Very, very straightforward. ASML today didn't guide down. They didn't guide down. I haven't heard anything about the neon thing. It's up $40. If it stays up, then Lam Research is going to rip. It's going to go to $550 by earnings. Okay? If ASML turns back lower, then all the chips are in trouble for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Very straightforward. That's all you got to think of. That's all you got to think of, right? Okay, very interesting. Twilio. We put that back on. We got some. Twilio, if it gets through 148, it's got 162 written over it. But here's the thing about Twilio. Yesterday was day one. I don't know if we get a day two today. If we do, this is going to be to 162 by probably Thursday. If we don't, then it goes to zero. That's all you got to know. Is it going to get through 148 or not? So when you're buying something, you say, oh, I can buy this for $1, I can buy this for $2, I can buy this for $3. If it gets through Sam's number, I'm going to make a 3X, and I'm good with putting in $1 or $2 or $3. Or I'm not going to buy it at all. Twilio is really simple here. If it takes out this 148, it's going to be 151 in the first 5 minutes. Those are going to be $5. They're going to be $5. So then do you sell them from 2 to 5? Or do you hold for 8 or 10? I don't know. That's up to you. It's up to you and how you're doing, right? Netflix, if you recall, the last time it popped 15 points in the first 5 minutes. So if you add 15 points to this, it gets to 268, 269. And then it went negative last time, and it went lower. So possible. Now, but you know, if it opens at 255, those things are $45. I mean, pretty good trade, any way you look at it. Okay? UPST, we bought UPST yesterday. Why? Because the stock was at 100, 130, and the CEO butchered it. Now, I don't know if it's going to go, but I know that if it gets to 93, it gets to 100. So the whole question is, does it get to 93? If you think it's not getting to 93, then it's not a call. If you think it's getting to 93, it's going to get to 100. Very, very simple. Think very, very simple. Very, very straightforward. Okay? Then you'll do better. You'll do better. Now, here's the other thing. When the market turns and it's going like it's doing right now, where you buy like crowd and it can't get going and it ends up going down $4, buy less. I mean, think about it. I told you yesterday I bought Netflix, but I bought less, right? I mean, I only bought 50. I didn't throw in 200 grand. I should have thrown 200 grand. It'd be, what, 2 million. But I didn't do that. Why? Because things aren't acting correctly. But now Netflix today is acting correctly. Does everything start acting correctly? If it does, 2 things you'll know on correct action. Twilio had a day 1. If Twilio has a day 2 and this takes out 151 in the first 5 minutes, it's acting correctly. The market is. And if Snow rips to 210 in the first 15 minutes, the market's acting correctly. If cloud is up, that means Snow should be way up. Very, very straightforward. Okay? Very straightforward. Interesting, 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 right? And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for to make great money on times when Sam buys a lot, 200, 300, 500 contracts. He buys it when the market's acting correctly. That means if Tesla beats earnings, doesn't say anything negative, Tesla should be at 1152. 1152. Remember that number Sam had? 1152. It hit it and it dropped 200 points. It should go back to 1152. Why? Because this company is the only company that can make people extremely wealthy. There is not another one. Apple is not going to make you wealthy. Why? because it doesn't go up 100% a year. Okay? Interesting. We knew tax would get better if Netflix missed. It was a win-win on tax. And it's a win-win. The market is trying to break up. Okay? So very, very interesting. Interesting. Okay, good morning, everybody. 4:20. Okay, I recorded the whole call. This is what we do on the call for other people that aren't on it. They're going to listen to it on Twitter, okay? That's what we do on the call. This is the part right here where you typically get, okay? So SPX is up with 1718, looks better. You got 4481, 4481. You got 4500, 4521, okay? Any close over 4560, that's 100 points up. Reverses the market better. Okay, know that. Okay, NVIDIA better, 226, 231. ASML did better. Lam Research earnings today. If Lam Research guys up, NVIDIA has a possible move to 238 pretty fast. It did not break. Okay, Sam told you. If it breaks 209, it's going to collapse. It's still there. Maybe it doesn't break for 3 weeks. Maybe it breaks 2 years from now. I don't know. But what I know is when 209 breaks, it's going to collapse. So just like I told you on Twilio, if you like Twilio, all you're looking at 148. If 148 breaks, it's going to go to 162. And it may do it in an hour. And we may get 12 for those. Okay? But if it doesn't break 148, it goes straight down. It goes the other way. So now let's go back to NVIDIA. NVIDIA got to 213, and it did not break 209. So what happens? It goes up. So when it's at 113 and you decide, oh, I'm going to go buy it, you're going to put in $1 or $2. You're going to go buy it because you think it's going to break. If it doesn't break, you're going to lose that money. It's very simple. Okay? Interesting. Netflix, I got 248, 231. 248, 231. No compelling reason to buy this. But he butchered it. And he tried to make it go higher by buying more stock. I would have told you this. I mean, this is very interesting. See, they don't have me on CNBC, but if they do, I'm just like, how the hell are you going to lose all your rest of your customers and get more? I'm going to tell you the same thing on Facebook. It looks like somebody upgraded Facebook today. Citi upgraded Facebook. How are you going to lose all your Russia customers, all your Facebook ads in Russia, and iOS is still bad, and more people are quitting because your iOS is bad, and go up? Doesn't make any sense. The Citi analyst is a moron, a complete idiot. You can't even make this up, how dumb this guy is. It's one of the dumbest calls I've ever seen. Okay? Interesting. But the beauty of it is, I would love Facebook to rip to 260. Okay, and here's a quiz. Type it in. Why do I want Facebook to go to 260? I want it to explode up. Why do I want it to explode up? Come on, type it in. So we can get puts cheaper. There you go. Very simple. See, then you show it. If it goes up, let's say it goes up 10 today, then you can go buy the puts because it'll go down more. It'll go down more. Look at Netflix. They bought Netflix yesterday. They bought it up 15 points for no reason when everybody knew that they were going to lose stuff. Okay? Interesting. Avago. Avago should rip today. This 609, 622, very possible if, put ASML on your screen. ASML has to stay up 30 points. If it's up less than 30, the chips are going to get bad again. If it stays up 30, then Avago has a chance to rip through 609 and go to 622. Lam Research, same thing. If Avago stays up 30, Lam Research could be 500 at open. Okay? Crowd. Is it going to get to 231, 233, and then test 240? Then we see Twilio starting to go. Watch this 248. It can really fly. Zscaler needs 241 to be better. Pan W, it cannot get through 631 and hold. It needs to get through. Roku, under 104 is death. Is death. Death. Amazon, 3,200. Why is Amazon going up? You guys should know this. Why is Amazon going up? They added a fuel surcharge. They took all the risk off their numbers. They're like, hey, we're going to charge you extra 5%. GME, nice pop off of 140, needs 172. Watch Snowman through 202 at the open, can really fly. Moderna doing nothing. What you're waiting on Moderna, and I have the 200s on ready to buy. You're waiting for China to say they made a deal with Moderna. Maybe that news comes. Maybe it doesn't come at all. But the day that news comes, the stock is going to go up 30 to 40%. Okay? And maybe it doesn't come for 2 years or 3 years. Hell, maybe it never comes. Shopalicious, 609, 622. UPSD, can it get to 93? If it gets to 93, this is one that can make you wealthy because it can go to 100 pretty fast. It's not at 93. Has to get there. Google, nice pop, 2672. Tesla, 1052. If Tesla gets to 1070 pre-earnings, he knows the numbers. Then we see. Okay, comments, questions. China approval, Facebook similar. Darren asking, okay, I wake up at 3:30. What am I looking? I'm looking at premiums. You don't want to look at premiums. Premiums aren't moving. Okay, you want to look at the bid and the ask. The bid and the ask are the wild orders that are out there. If those numbers break during the day, they become huge movers. That's what you're looking for. The number right at 3 a.m., which is the 4 a.m. number Eastern time, okay? Let's say NVIDIA is at 221 to 227 because there's not a lot of orders. And those numbers are there. And when they break, they move the market. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows this but Sam. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.